We should be good there. Let's turn on analytics so I can see where I'm at, and we should be good to go. Okay, let's rock it. Is the same? No. Good, got that off right away. Uh-oh. Let's let that down there. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I am on early today. We have lots of stuff to get going. What's up, Susan? What's up, Coy? Gonna be a busy day today. Already has been. Okay, we gotta trim this off. Little end on here. So far it's still daytime for me. What's up, Dragonfly? Yeah, it's still daytime for me. It's not quite nighttime yet. It's only 3 p.m. But that is the way it goes. Okay. Take that little bit off. All right, we got to push a lot of glass here. So anytime you see me with the face shield and gloves on, you know it's going to be a hot ass day. All right. So we're going to build up a little bulk here, and then we're going to add some cremains, and from there, turn this thing into a cool ass marble. Daytime in Colorado? Yeah. All right. What's up, Beth? How you doing today, Beth? Everything going good? So next step is we're going to have to add the ashes in this in a little bit. Finishing the studio. Yeah, that's always, you know, I always thought building out the studio is fun, but also a pain in the butt, all at the same time. You know, moving things around, getting stuff done. Okay, so I'm just building bulk right now. We got a massive amount to put on here. It's going to be a minute. Part of your Christmas decor? Well, that's cool. I like that idea. All right, so we are just building a bunch of bulk up here. This is just the mass of glass right now. This will be the center core. Okay, we got to separate it like that, and then we're going to add the ashes in here. We're going to dip it into the cremains, which are in this bowl right here. You can see I'm sitting at the end of that rod. Ooh, lots of sparks coming off that one. So I'm going to bring it down this way. Smooth all that in there. Do one more dip of the cremains. Like that. Got that in there. Push it in. I think that's going to actually be enough. These bigger rods pick up a lot of cremains or ash. What's up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, there's a little bit of fire right now. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to bring it out so you can temporarily see it. Hopefully this rod doesn't fall off everywhere. So in that hot spot right there is where I put all the cremains or ash. Now I still have to kind of encase it a little bit, but it should be good. Is it Laura and Mitchell? How are you? Or Lara? If I got it wrong, let me know. Just type it in the chat. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more clear here. So this is what I refer to for the design as silver skies. So we're going to do a lot of clear here, and then we're going to encase the whole thing in blue, cobalt blue. And from there, and once we add the blue, then we're going to add silver. Kind of swirl that silver around. You just flip to TikTok to get fairly point. Oh, okay. Yeah, YouTube always has a good picture. All right, a little bit more, and then we're going to start adding the blue. All right, that should do it. I got to let this cool off for a second. I'm going to park it in the kiln temporarily. Lorraine, I got you. Now I got it. Thank you for telling me. Oh, just cracked too. It's that little spot right there. That happens when it buzzes the flame for a moment and then it cools off. It's not like it's a super big deal, but it sucks when it happens. All right, I need a drink. Because, yeah, it's going to get hot. Yeah, this is Memora. So we're going to use cobalt now. Now, a lot of people ask why I don't use cobalt straight off, like the whole thing cobalt. And the reason is because as it gets thicker, it starts to look very dark, almost like black. It won't look cobalt anymore. So you have a very transparent center, and then you add the cobalt to the outside, and it allows it to be still transparent. Okay, and we're going to start here. We're just going to add it all the way around. I'm just going to have to go large. Got a massive amount of sunblock on today because it's going to be a hot one. Definitely going to be a hot one. So we're just swirling the color on right now. I'll bring it out. So we'll do it in stages. So right at the end, the tip up there is all the cobalt. And see how it still has that transparency to it? What's up, Red Squeak? Yeah, it's going to be a hot one today. It's Big Ass Marble Day. Yeah, kilns are expensive everywhere. Yeah, kilns are definitely expensive every location. Doesn't matter where you go because of the weight. Now, I did have a friend that lives in Australia that built their own kiln. And what they did is they ordered all the material except for the metal box, if you will. So they bought all the internals, the mechanical, the coil, the heat coils, the control box, and had it all shipped over because of the weight, much lighter and less weight. And then they had a metalsmith or a fabricator fabricate the kiln box, and then they just assembled it. Which was a cool process, to be honest. I thought that was kind of ingenious. Yeah, it's glove day today. It's going to be hella hot. It's Big Ass Marble Day. So we'll use some gloves to save my poor little skin. And I do have a lot of sunblock on today. The only thing that sucks about the gloves is I'm not able to spin the glass as well. Okay, we're just rotating all the way around. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side temporarily. Check it out, I got a little mini blacklight working up there. I know it's not too often that I do, but I got to do 4 of them today. I got to do 4 giant marbles today. What's up, Chevy Speed? 5 Speed? Almost looks like a big old gnome hat, right? Like it should be a gnome or a garden gnome. All right, let's kick it down a notch. Yeah, anytime you see the shield up and gloves on, I can promise you I have a ton of sunblock on too. What size rod am I using for which part? The handle? 22 millimeter. Oh. I hate wearing sunblock like this much of it, because every little dust particle in the air that flies on your nose like sticks. Okay, we're going to park that off to the side. I'm going to need to use that later. So right there, deep on the inside, you can see all that little fuzzy stuff in there. That is the cremains, or the ash that is currently in the marble. And this is where it came from, but we're going to move this off to the side, way back here. Because as this starts getting hotter, it will actually start kind of melting the ash a little bit. No, my arms don't get tired. I'm pretty okay with that. I'm used to it. I don't know where my other shield went too. I'm a little pissed off. Remember, I have the other shield and I don't know where the hell I put it. It is like missing. I'll find it later, I guess. All right, now we got to add cobalt to the other side. What's the temperature? Right around $3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. I got dollars on the mine. I know the ghost did it right. I know I hate sunblock on with all the damn little stuff flying in the air. Luckily, Fritz doesn't shed, so I don't have to worry about that part. Dog hair. All right, so we're gonna add in some extra heat here. I am streaming on YouTube and TikTok. We're just going to bring this all the way around. So I just have to cycle this all the way around, put a couple layers of cobalt down, and then we'll start shaping it a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to add pure silver to it. We're going to, it's a process called silver fuming. We take a little little nugget of silver and vaporize it onto the glass. And it changes the color. It looks actually pretty awesome. Billy, thank you so much for the high five. Appreciate that. I don't want ditty clips. I really don't. Thank you, Wendy, for the pirate hat. L to the B, thank you for the pirate hat. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to bring it in and kind of melt it down a little. Thank you all for the pirate hats. Is there a reason why I wouldn't? Yeah, I'm not here to train glassblowers. I'm just here to show the process on how it's done, not how to make it. And as you know, obviously you're a glassblower, titanium would change all the colors. And I want to show the true colors. So DD clips would ruin that effect. All right, here we go. Now bring it around. Okay, so we have I think 2 layers on this now. Should be enough. We're going to take a look at it though. Now bring it down. Yeah, this is a memorial marble. It contains cremains in it. This one is of a person. We're going to mix that in. Fill in this. I have a little gap in here of color. Won't matter in the end because we're going to be streaking it anyway. All right, we're going to move that off to the side. Way far away. No, I am not making a smoking accessory. I am making a memorial marble. So we got to get this big old chunk of, looks like an ice cream cone now, right? I know I always refer to stuff as food, but it really looks like a soft serve ice cream cone. Move that off to the side. I'm going to need that. I know, right? The forbidden ice cream cone, I guess. All right, so we got to get this hot enough. We're going to use the mold and start shaping it a little bit. Then we're going to transfer the silver on and create the effect that I call silver skies, where it looks like it's kind of cloudy swirls, cloud swirls running through. And then we're going to make it into a full-blown marble. It's going to be a memorial marble. So this contains ash from a person in it. So there are remains from a person in the middle of this marble now. I don't know if technically you call it a marble if it's over 2.5 inches. I don't know if you call it a marble. I think it's a more appropriate name would be orb. What's up, Irish Cream? Call it an orb. How's everybody doing today? Are y'all doing well? I know it's an orb now. What's up, Penthouse? There's another glassblower that's freaking amazing. Penthouse Pew. Sitting here in the chat on TikTok. If you all are not following Penthouse, you need to go check him out. He is freaking amazing with marbles and orbs. Yeah, his marbles are outstanding. My day's going good. Wendy, did you get my message? Maybe tonight do your 0. I already printed out the label. I just have to make it and pack it. Yeah, anybody can order one and you just send in ashes. Yeah, we'll do it tonight then. Man, I got you, Penthouse. Your stuff is amazing. You know it. All right, so see, we're starting to get kind of a little bit of a cool shape to it, a little roundy. I look familiar? No, I don't. Well, actually, I know, Caleb. I know. Everybody says I look like Denzel, so I get it. I completely get it. All right. Yeah, Penthouse. He's on TikTok right now, and it's Penthouse PUH. If you're on TikTok, you have to follow him. He's an amazing glass art. He makes marbles that have these beautiful flowers and implosions in them. I'm telling you, they're amazing. So if you happen to go to TikTok, follow him over there, and you will not regret it. Like, it almost looks like a real flower sitting in the marble. And there are a lot of people on TikTok currently trying to imitate it, but they're not going to match his skill. Yeah. I mean, it's okay to go through and learn. I mean, I guess I should rephrase that a little bit. There are people that are trying it to learn the technique, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Trying to do something for learning a technique is a cool thing. But, there are some, how should I put it, unethical people out there that'll watch him make some really cool marbles and go, oh, he must be selling a lot. I'm going to go make them too. So, it just bugs me when that happens to people. Okay, I know, lots of practice. So this may crack. I did not warm it up enough. So what happens is the radiating heat comes down onto this colder rod, and it can potentially crack it. It doesn't mean it's going to be a bad thing. It just sucks when it happens. When did I start wearing gloves? Today. Only when I'm doing big ass marbles. And I have this one and three 3-inch marbles to do. So I'll have a total of four 3-inch marbles to do today. And the amount of heat that comes off that sucks. So I want to wear gloves today and save my skin a little bit. But yeah, doing 4 3-inch marbles is a monstrous day. Yeah, implosions are amazing. They're a fun-ass marble. Yeah, I love implosions. And I've watched Penthouse do it. I want to try it just to see to do it. I don't want to make his item, obviously. But I just want to see the technique and how it's done. Okay, let's kick it up a notch. Bring it down. Yeah, whenever you see the shield on and the gloves, I'm working pretty big stuff today. Thank you, Wendy, for the gifts. What's my favorite piece to make? Whatever someone is willing to spend their money on. That is my favorite piece. I look at it like you have lots of choices to spend money on things. And if you're willing to spend your hard-earned money on something that I made, that's my favorite piece. because I think it's pretty cool that, you know, you have lots of choices to spend money on things. Yeah, you definitely want to learn your own technique and learn the technique and put a spin on it. That's what I say. I mean, I guess what my philosophy is, you don't own the right to a hummingbird or a penguin or a flamingo or a dolphin, but you have certain techniques that you do with them and certain style. And there are people that come through and, you know, just try and emulate that too much. But it is what it is. I'm not going to get all into it. Yeah. They can try and keep up with you, but they can't keep up with what's up here. I'm a little bit, I guess, how would I put it? I'm a little bit out there. I come up with wild and crazy stuff. So I'm not too worried. All right, we have a really good section here. So if you're just now watching, you came in at exactly the right time, because we're going to start adding the silver in. Oh, did you crack? Nope, we're doing good. So now we got a big ass cobalt orb. And again, I used clear in the center and then put cobalt on the outside, because if I did the whole thing out of cobalt blue, it wouldn't look blue anymore. It would actually look very black. It'd be so dense. All right, next spot. Time to throw some silver on. Elena, thank you so much for the high five. I appreciate that. All right, so last chance, you're gonna see it without silver. So right now, this is just straight up cobalt. I actually ended up grabbing a brand new silver rod. So at the very tip of this, you'll see a little silver nugget right there. So that silver nugget is going to get heated at the tip of this torch, and then the flame is going to act as a conduit and carry the silver vapors up in this area and transfer to this marble. What's up, corn dog? And here we go. All right. So if you ever wondered what a chrome glass gear shift knob would look like, that's about it. See, now it's all, that's a silver plating on there. You can see those little ridges where it wasn't smoothed out. Doesn't matter. But now you can see it's all silver plated. Cool as hell, right? And that is pure silver. I love that effect. I think it looks neat. Yes, Red Squeak, you definitely have to message me. What would happen if the silver didn't have nothing to travel? It would just vapor. It just pretty much vapor all over the place. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important are flashback arresters? 10. Have to have flashback arresters. There are two things you need to have when glassblowing. Flashback arresters are incredibly important, and you need to chain the hell out of your tanks. Okay? If you got a tank that's unchained, like not secured to a wall, you're just asking for trouble. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. But yeah, absolute 10 out of 10 for flashback. I don't do anything without them. All right, so you can see that little squiggle that I put on there. Everywhere I start adding that in, it's going to create these little cloud effects, like wispy fog or smoke running through the air. Oh yeah, definitely turn a tank to a rocket. So I just come through and spin this all the way around and wisp it around. This technique is hella fun. I'm talking, this is one of my favorite things on the planet to do. 2 reasons. 1, it looks really cool. But 2, it's very relaxing. If you ever, as a child or a young adult or even an adult, ever did finger painting and you just kind of lose yourself in finger painting, same thing. Same exact thing, just at 3,000 degrees. Just a little temperature difference, but yeah, same thing. So this is essentially like finger painting, but what I try and do, I'm going to show you. I'll show you my vision with it. Hopefully it shows up. I'm going to show you right there. We're going to let it cool just a little bit. You're going to start to see a swirl pattern right about there. It's very fast. So what I try and envision or mimic is like a tide pool, like water swirling all over the place. You know what I mean? So just things like swirling around. And that's what's nice too, is because every design is totally different. Okay, we're just going all the way around. So this will have dark blue, light blue, and some foggy looking swirls through it. Okay, I got to come through and do a little bit of this bottom half. Just kind of forming it all the way around. Little spirals. All right, we're good. So the next step will be, I got to switch the punty sides. But now you can see how that silver got mixed into all that cobalt blue there. And it created this little fog of swirly colors. We're going to use a little flashlight, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the effect. So, well, damn it. So now you can see all those little cosmic swirls running all over the place. And that's what that cobalt did in there with the silver. Organic, very nice looking. And here we go. Now we just have to round this out a little bit, and I got a silver fume the other side and make it look identical, somewhat, something like that. Jacob, thank you so much. Jacob, freaking good. Thank you so much for the jewels. For the cornbread, I like cornbread. I know, this is actually Penthouse, you should try this just for, you should give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's totally relaxing. But we need to move this the hell out of the way. And because the radiating heat off that is going to really mess with it. Yeah, dot stacking is cool. I like dot stacking. I'm not super good at it, but I think it's cool. So we're going to bring it over to the smaller little mold. Okay. Oh, they're amazing if done right, yeah. But I don't know if I have the patience for it. All right, so we got it pretty smooth here. It's not at its final stage of being smooth, but we'll get there. Colleen, thank you so much for the floating heart. How are you? You're sloppy at stacking? Yeah, that's the hard part, the patience. I have a lot of respect for the dot stacking or the tiny little dot work, like the 1,000 little dot implosion. Oh, thank you. Have a good one, Ryan. I appreciate you hanging out. What's up from Canada? What's up, Shauna? No, I've done dot stacking a few times, but it's not my favorite. So I haven't really done it too much on live. I think I've only done it like once on live, to be honest. All right, I got to wait for it to cool off. So I got to just wait for this little punty there to solidify. Park that off to the side. And now we have the blank spot here, and we have all that fogginess going all the way around. So we do have to silver fume this side a little bit. And here we go. We're just going to buzz it real quick with some silver. And there's all we need. I will probably feel this later tonight. Now it's all silver plated. We can say shiny. Shiny. So anyway, that's the silver plating on there. It's very shiny. All right, let's mix it up. Thank you, Kendra. Gonna melt it in just a little bit that way. Bring this down. What I do like about this combo a little though, you're not gonna see it right away, but it does form some greens in here. So the silver, when melted into the glass, creates a yellow tinge. And so the cobalt and the yellow mix, and they create these really fine green lines in here. So you have dark cobalt, these cloudy streaks running through it, and then you also have these little green hues in there. No, my shoulders don't hurt. You get really used to this. It's like watching a server who serves food and they're on their feet all day carrying all those trays and everything. You know, you just get used to it. You know, I'm always in awe of people that are in the service industry and do that stuff. That's why I always tip my servers very well. Oh, thank you, Kendra. Yeah, we've done a little bit, Jeffrey. Always improving. All right, so we're just mixing in. Again, this is very freeform, extremely relaxing. I keep hitting this thing. I'm so not used to having this here. I will probably hit it 10 more times at least. But it's the only thing protecting my microphone, which is right here, from melting. If I didn't have this up here, I guarantee you my microphone would melt. Guess what? Thank you for the 100 joules. Yeah, I guarantee you my microphone would melt. Okay, so we're going to do a little... Oh my God, thank you so much. Guess what? Thank you so much for all the jewels. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so on the very tip up here, I like one spot. And we're going to take it and we're going to create an epic little spiral. It's kind of like my little signature on all my pieces. You'll always see a little spiral. That's how I can tell when someone tries to pass off something that maybe I have done. I'm like, no, I know it. Of course I remember it. Who wouldn't remember Vader? Lord Vader. All right, what's up? Let's give it a spiral. I'm gonna spin it up right there. Oh yeah. Thank you, Penthouse. Okay, so now we're going to let it cool for a second. You're going to see this fun little spiral at the end here. Guess what? Thank you for the clapping seal. I appreciate that. All right, let's grab the flashlight, pop it on there, turn that down for a second. So this is going to get a little more epic as it starts melting in, but you can definitely see that little spiral right at the tip. And then all these colors starting to come out like that. So that's what the silver and cobalt do when they're mixed together. Very organic. And let's melt it up. I know, I love these colors. This is like one of my favorite styles to do. And then the three that we have to do today are very similar, but where you add in green and sparkle green, and I think I put a little electrum in it. I'll have to look at it again. But the next three that I'm doing look very much like the ocean. Oh my God, thank you for all the jewels. Thank you. That's so awesome to see that come across the chart like that. Thank you, guess what? I really appreciate you. Okay, let's start rounding it out. Let's turn this thing into a full-blown orb. Now you'll see that spiral. Look at that front. It's going to go away pretty quick, but there's a little tiny galactic spiral right there. I think it looks awesome. Oh, thank you, guess what? Guess what? Kitty Butt. That's a cool last name. See, I can say that one and I know I won't get banned. There are some names that come across I think are funny, but I can't say them out loud because I know I'll get like flagged. but that one's okay. I'm good with it. Shauna, you've never seen this done? This is technically called lamp working. Lamp working is a form of glass blowing. Obviously, I'm working with all solid glass, so there is no glass blowing being done. But anyway, the term lamp working comes from when they had the only heat source was kerosene lamps. So the term lamp working is from kerosene lamps. Did it because the daughter likes cats? Well, there you go. I wish they'd change it to like flame throwing. It would sound a hell of a lot cooler, right? Glass flamethrowers. Because you tell someone you're a lamp worker and they expect you to fix their chandelier. I know Penthouse knows what I'm talking about too. Someone says, what do you do? I'm a lamp worker. What the hell is that? Oh, look at that. Now that's when you know it's smooth, when it's just bouncing around in there. Glass sculpting would be cool too. Be in trouble with a flamethrower? Nah, I think you'd be all right. Is there an option to insert LED lighting? No. That would be cool, but no. The best thing you could do is get a LED light base and put it on top of that. Like a super strong LED light base. And if that's an option that you want done, at like the end of the marble, I would leave a little clear spot so the light can penetrate through and illuminate the marble from the inside out. But that's the only way to really get it to kind of illuminate from the inside. You'd have to leave a little clear spot. All right, so a little tip and trick here. When I'm scanning around and I'm spinning this, what I am looking for are the lights reflecting off the ceiling or the side. You see the hexagon lights or the top lights right there. As I'm rotating it, I'm looking to see if they jump, if they bounce. If they do, I have some rough spots or some bad spot, like right there. You see it kind of wobble right there. And right there. So I know those spots are not level right now. And my job is to get it level. But this side is all good to go. Has a nice spiral to it. I think we're okay. What's up, Snowbelt? How are ya? All right, so next step, we're going to grab it here. Re-punty, because I got to fix all that. Wait for it to cool off before I can separate it. There we go. So I'll bring this out. We'll watch the lighting. The really long streak of lights right there. See right there? See how it's kind of wobbled? That right there? Those little wobbles are telling me it's off. I know, a lot of trust in that cold seal. One bump and, you know, I hate it when they fall. It doesn't hurt the marble, but it just sucks. So far, it's looking okay. It's coming out good. It is a lot of back and forth. Because every time I start looking at it, sometimes I'll find that little wobble and I'm like, damn it. And then you got to go back and fix it again. Then it's back and forth again. I think we're pretty close though. How long does it take to do start to finish? So far I'm 56 minutes into this one. So this is about an hour so far. And I think we're good. Yep. What diameter was, I used 22 mil for the blank. 22 is about my favorite. $20 or $22, whatever one's on sale. Yeah, we're all good. This one's ready to come off. So I got to let it cool off for a second. We'll show the little flashlight with it while we're waiting for it. So there. Now you can see all those swirls running around. And that's the silver and cobalt mixed up. That's why I call it silver skies. It looks like the clouds just floating around. I think that looks amazing. I got to do my TikTok captcha. Okay, TikTok, I am real. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty, right? All right, Paint House, I'll catch you tonight probably. I'll catch you on. Oh man, it barely fits in here. All right, got to wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And then you just tap and off it goes. Swing it that way a little bit. Might be able to show it with the light all the way out here. Can't do much other than show it way back here, but yeah, definitely has a nice organic look to it. Sorry, I just blinded you guys. There, now you can see that little swirl in there. I keep forgetting, but I really think it's time to change the pads on this. I think they've had enough. I think these have had enough. All right, I do have to prep some work for the next one, so we're gonna melt some big old chunky rod real quick. What kind of glass is this? It is commonly referred to as Pyrex, but technically it's called borosilicate. The real name is borosilicate, B-O-R-O, silicate, but a lot of people know it as Pyrex. So this is a big ass chunky rod. This is 26 millimeter rod. So this is the heavy gauge stuff. We're gonna clean off the end here. So yeah, the 26 is heavy. So what I'm going to do is attach a holding rod to it. We're going to cut it off at a certain section and preheat it in the kiln so that when I do get to it, it is a little warm ahead of time. What do you use on the flame? Oxygen and propane. Yeah, tonight we're doing all blues. So everything I'm doing tonight is in the blue theme. So the next one we're doing is this type of theme right here. We're doing 3 of those. Now this one has the galaxy on the inside, but the ones I'm doing tonight will have this pattern all the way around. Yep, glass is definitely annealed in the kiln. Well, old Pyrex dishes, yes. New Pyrex is not really Pyrex anymore. Well, it's the brand, but it's not the same formula. The formula changed in about the 90s for the cookingware. About the 90s, they stopped using true borosilicate glass for the cookingware, and they started using just cheap glass. It's not the same. Which is, you know, kind of crooked, because you think you're getting the old genuine stuff, and it's not. It's just regular glass. But that is a little side hack if you didn't know it. If you go to old thrift stores or thrift stores and you start looking up, looking for old Pyrex dishes. Hey, what's up, brother? What? Look at old Pyrex dishes. You can definitely find some amazing, cool stuff, and you can definitely make it a side hustle. Find that stuff in there. If you can find old Pyrex dishes, man, they sell for a fortune. Okay, so we got this. We're going to take it. Have a good one, my friend.
Hey, I changed my name on YouTube, by the way.
All right, message me when you're on. Let me know.
Okay.
What is it?
It's roadkill redneck.
All right, I'll remember that. That's easy to remember.
Don't have too much fun.
Yeah, have a good one. Do I have a favorite molten aura color? I don't know. They're all pretty good. I like all the molten auras. Right now, I am primarily using the Electrum, the green form of the Electrum. I don't remember the name of it. I really like their white. I can't even remember the name of that. I haven't had a chance to use their rubies or purples yet. You know, I just haven't figured out how much of it I want to try and purchase or get. But I know the purple and the ruby red I want to try. The gold, I think it's gold amethyst or something. All right, we aren't doing memorial marbles tonight. Right now, I'm just prepping this piece right here. I'm going to park it in the kiln and let it preheat. This is a big old chunk. This is like 26 millimeter. It's just a little over 1 inch. And melting this stuff takes forever. It definitely takes a while. So there is one prep work done, and there's number 2 getting ready. Let that cool off for a second. Park it in the kiln. Then this piece cracked on me because I buzzed it with the flame. Pop that off. Do one more of these and then we'll move on. No, glass bottles are a totally different glass. If you stick a glass bottle in this flame, it would literally explode. It's not a pleasant experience. In fact, it's pretty damn dangerous, to be honest. But if you warm the bottle up very slow, like in the flame, you heat it very, very slow, then you can start working with it. Some people make them into like dragon necks, and if you've ever been to the carnival and you see the stretched out bottles, that's what they are. Just heated up in the flame and then pulled out a little bit. What do I mean by buzzed by the flame? It just basically the flame hit it for just a second and it didn't have a chance to actually melt. It just heated it and then cooled off too fast and it cracked it. All right, this takes, like I said, this stuff is so heavy. I can't even bend this right now, barely. Thank you, Troy. I'm going to rest my elbow for a minute while this is heating up. All right, there's piece number 2 ready to go. So I'm just going to attach a little punchy to this one. It's a little long, but I can tear off the end when I start to melt it in. But this will be the 3rd piece prepped. I don't do any cocktail glasses. I can make shot glass, but not actual like cocktail glasses. Now, if I tried hard enough, could I make them? Yes, but I don't want to. I don't have a problem with them. It's just not my thing. Oh, crap. Looks like we're going to do this the hard way. I thought I had another one of these pulled. All right, this is the last prep piece. Like that. I'll save this one for a punty. We'll attach it here. What is my thing? My thing is doing like memorial marbles, that type of work. There's different types of styles that you could get into. Like there are some people that specialize in wine glasses and goblets and things like that. You really want to, when you get in this business, you want to pick a direction and kind of go with that flow. You're not going to find anybody that knows how to make everything. You know, if you have a glass, like a glass blower or lamp worker, which is what I'm doing, who claims to make everything or anything, I'd be a little bit nervous about that. Okay, so this is my prep work. It's a little wrinkly right there, but that's okay. It's gonna come off anyway. Yeah, Dragonfly is awesome on here. Not my info. Thank you so much. Thank you for the jewels. I appreciate that. TikTok's rocking. YouTube's rocking. All right, so we're going to prep this in the kiln real quick. It's a lot extra. I'm probably going to have to pull this much off of it, but that's okay. Park that in the kiln back there. All right, I'm going to prep for the next one. Let me grab some glass. I'm going to be off screen for just a second, but the microphone is working. So I'll be off screen. We just have to grip some greens. Hopefully. There we go. And, well, I need one more. Darker green. There we go. And then we need some amber purple. And a little electrum. Okay, I had to get my color ready for the next ones. So the next batch is very close to that first one, but this time it's going to have some greens and some like ambery colors running through it. Hold on one second here. I got to check something. Make sure this isn't. Okay. Sorry, just had to make sure there was no super emergency. All right, so we're going to start with the next one. Same thing, we're going to take some cobalt, encase the outside. And I need to grab the ashes. So in here are the cremains or the ash that will be going into the pieces. Get rid of this too. All right, let's go. Okay, first things first, we're going to kind of build this up a little and put in some cremains. What's up, April? How are you? All right, so we just got to separate this a little so I can incorporate the ash in there. Takes forever to heat this little stuff up right here. Okay, we'll separate that. Like so. All right, so now we're going to take this and put it into the cremains. We're going to bring it down, pop it in. Then you can see it pick up a little bit right there. Flame definitely changes. Incorporate a little bit in there. Mix it in, grab some more, pick it up. You can definitely, it grabs a lot on this size here. Mix it in a little bit, and one more dip, and I think we'll have enough. So the nice thing is, when you see it, the flame completely changes. Watch how much the flame changes color with the cremains. You see little sparks flying off. I think it's beautiful when it does that. No, my gas bill isn't that high. It's not that bad. All right, so that really bright spot is everywhere you have the ash or cremains in there. Now we're going to fuse it in and lock it in place. There we are. Let's kick it up a notch. Add a little heat to it. Technically, the flame isn't any hotter, it's just bigger. No, I don't think it contributes to the haunting. Okay, we're gonna set this one way off to the side. I'm gonna park it over here actually. Get it out of the way. All right, so that has all the cremains in it now. So load it up with ash. I am on liquid, yes. Okay, we got a little drippy drip going. Let's grab some cobalt and add it in. There. It was a little too raging right there. Yeah, this is 31 years. 31 years. Can you believe that? I can't. It does feel like 20, if that makes any sense. It does feel like 20 plus years, but not 30. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm adding the cobalt. We're going to completely encase this in cobalt. And the best reason for encasing cobalt over clear is if I tried to make the whole thing out of cobalt glass itself, like the raw color, the bigger it got, the darker it would get. It would stop looking cobalt. You wouldn't see anything, any light shining through it, and it would look almost black. And we want to try and keep that blue color. So if you have a lot of clear in the middle, you end up getting a nice transparent center, and a lot of light can come through and still show that cobalt. All right, so we've got some cobalt at the end here. Gonna build up a little button of it. Let it cool off for a second. So you can see half of it is in a cobalt, and it's a light version of cobalt right now. We're going to have to do a second layer on there, and then right smack dab in the middle, you can see the ash kind of a little bit halfway in the clear and halfway in the color. What would I want to do if I wasn't doing this? I'd be making pastries. What's up, Daddy Road? I had actually contemplated becoming a pastry chef, like for the really, really organic looking, over the top desserts. Okay, we're just striping all the way around. This prep part sucks. This is where it takes forever. But we'll get through it. A little bit more at the end here, sorry. It's going to be just a second. Going to work it all the way around. There. Going to have to part that off to the side. Then we're going to put a blue rod, punty it up here. Yeah, it's large night tonight. It's definitely large night tonight. All right, so that's my next holding rod where the cobalt is. We're going to separate it up here. We're going to add cobalt to the top, and then we will start incorporating other glass into it. Lots of different colors, which should be pretty neat. This will have a lot of really cool, cool colors bouncing through it. All right, let's kick up a little heat here. Push it in a little. All right, here we go. Sandwich mode it. Okay. Right now I'm just trying to add some bulk to this. I need a little bit more. Okay, we're pushing tiny bit more. All right, we should be good there. So that's just my raw bulk. Okay, this is just like the mass. We'll be adding cobalt to it, expanding it, making it a lot bigger here in a moment. Park this in the kiln so it doesn't crack on me. grab trusty cobalt and add it. So we got to add cobalt to the rest of this. See, it's only halfway encased right now. Okay, we're just going to come through. All the way. So this already has the ash or cremains incorporated into it. It's one of the first things I do when we start this project off. And it's very, very well protected on the inside now. Just going to keep going. One second. I just had a bug fly in my damn eye. I had to get that out of there. Okay, let's get it going. Finish this up. So I'm adding the second layer on the outside here to darken it up a tiny bit. And then we're going to add the other colors that are going to get swirled into this. So there will be 3 separate colors added in and a little bit of silver. And it should look pretty epic when it's all done. All the way around. Here we go. Make sure we got all the little gaps covered up. And we're good. Okay, so the whole thing is covered in cobalt now. So inside is transparent clear, cobalt on the outside. We're going to kind of melt it in a little bit, build the structure back up. Then we'll start adding the other colors. What's up, Kevin? Kevin's book is in the house. Okay, so we gotta get it super hot, use the mold, round it out a little bit. Start the shaping process. If you wanted to get into it, there is a group on Facebook that you should join if you really wanted to get into it. A lot of resources on there that will point you in the right direction. And you could always feel free to message me and ask questions. I'm happy to answer questions on stuff. Because I'd hate to see you get ripped off by, bad distributors or vendors of product, materials, and equipment. You don't want to have a bad experience right from the beginning. And I always tell people, do not buy a pre-assembled lamp working kit or glass blowing setup. They're not good. I mean, the equipment, some of the stuff that's in there's good, but you'll be buying things you won't need, or you never need, or you'll never use. It's better to just kind of piecemeal it together. And that's where having someone experienced around to kind of guide you helps. That way, you can look and say, okay, will I ever use this item? No. Yeah. Or the chances are very rare that you would. All right, we got to reverse this punty here. Yeah, it's big marble night tonight, Kevin. So we're doing lots of big marbles. So I'm kind of protecting the old hands. Got tons of sunblock, and we even have the shield up. Okay, so we got that attached. Now I can work this other side and get it rounded out. Any local to the Chicago area? Actually, yeah, there are a couple places near Chicago. I mean, being in the same state, I guess I should say. Thank you, Jingles. Yeah, the music is, this is by a guy named Harris Heller, and he operates a free music service for live streamers called Stream Beats. And I'm so appreciative that he does that. Uh-oh. My camera's moving all over the place. What the hell? Okay. Oh, someone on YouTube's asking about Chicago. What's up from Canada? How are you, Canada? It depends on the custom items, Marlene. I mean, if it's a matter of just changing some color or something like that, not a big deal. If you want a snapping turtle riding a camel with a top hat, probably won't be able to get it done. A dragonflight and heart with bow. I don't know about a bow, but dragonfly isn't a problem. All right, so we just have to round this out. Right now, it's like in ice cream cone territory. You're welcome. All right, let's bring it down, squishy. All right, we're starting to get, I don't have to get it completely smooth right now because we're going to be adding extra color to it, so I just have to get it kind of roundish. How about a duck in a truck in the muck? No, wouldn't be able to do that one either. But I probably could make a Dixie cup with a 9-volt battery surrounded by whipped cream. All right, let's get this all smoothed out. Marble with uranium score. Yeah, that would be cool. What's up, KL? How are you? Good to see ya. How you been? Okay, so we are getting the marble rounded out here. Make sure we're within the tolerance. 1, 2, yep. Had to make sure I'm within tolerance. This one needs to be a minimum of 3 inches. Okay, so I just got to smooth a little bit of this out, and then we're going to start applying all the color. I'm doing good, KL. Hanging in there, you know. I'm still here, still ticking. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate that. Yeah, I have like the best job in the world. I get to play with fire legally, melt some glass, and have a cool end result every once in a while. I actually have not done a snow globe, but I've done a simulated snow globe. Kevin, thank you for the finger hearts. KL, thank you for the pirate treasures. Thank you for the pirate hats. I love those hats. I look good in a pirate hat, right? I think I need to get a pirate hat. I think it'd be cool. All right, so we got to add color to this. I got to let it cool for a second. So this is just all cobalt. On the center, the core of this is made out of clear, and there are cremains or ashes in it. Prep all this up. So the first color we're going to apply is this kind of shimmer green here. It's a very bright green. KL, thank you for the galaxy. Kevin, thank you for the hearts. So we're going to take this and just stretch it out real quick. Like that. Kind of spread this around. It doesn't need to be organized, okay? It just has to be a little bit all over because we're going to be spreading this color all over the place. Okay, there's some of the green. We're going to take this kind of like a chrome liquid metal look. Thank you for the corgi, Wendy. Appreciate that. Stretch that out, spread that around too. I just need to put it in different locations here, because we're going to take a clear rod and maneuver all this later. Saw a big gap here. Okay. Set that one down. Then we're going to take my favorite color, one of my favorite colors. This is called Amber Purple, and it has a very, very organic purpley look to it. It's going to go amber and have a hint of purple to it. We're going to spread this all around. Okay, a little bit there. Yeah, I got enough there. Then a little bit of this dark, dark green. Just a touch of it. Not a whole lot. There. Just enough. Okay, so there's going to be 2 layers of swirls going on this. We're going to use cobalt first, and then we're going to use clear. So right now, you just see a bunch of color loosely all over the place. Okay, it's not organized at all. This next step is going to be what I call finger painting. It's basically just exactly what it sounds like. Finger painting with molten glass. It's like one of the most epic things I love doing. And it is exactly what it sounds like. You are literally finger painting with molten glass. This is so relaxing too. This is like, if you ever wanted to get into a Zen zone, this is it. Now I'm live streaming, so I can't really do that, but you just kind of, I have not made a moon marble, no. So unfortunately, we have to do this in like 2 halves, 1 half at a time. Little spirals. Then after this, we'll take some clear and go on top of it. That clear is going to 3D. It's going to give all the colored glass underneath it like a 3D effect. Like a multi-layer. I love amber purple too. Amber purple is like one of my favorite combo colors of all time. All right, so now we take the clear rod. I'll show you this before we get too far. I haven't shown too many stages of this one. So now you can see all those colors kind of swirling around in there. That's really hard for me to get. There you go. There's all the colors swirling around. Very organic looking. Now we're going to add more depth to it. And make sure this is an amber purple. Nope, it is clear. Like I said, this is extremely relaxing right here. Just kind of get in a zone, mix things around, swirl. I don't know offhand how much this is, but this is a memorial, so this particular one is not for sale. This is already pre-sold as it contains ash from a person incorporated into it. So you could not purchase this if you wanted to. All right, we're coming through. But I do not remember how much this one exactly is. Yeah, when you have like 300 items on your storefront, it's hard to remember the price of everything. I could tell you a hummingbird's $20. That's about it. All right, one more little bit here, and then we're going to start forming this up, and then we have to do the other side. All right, so we got all this mixed up right now. And we're going to start blending it all together. Well, you could always purchase one without the ash. We can certainly make it for you. So that is the mold. So the mold down here that I'm using is made of graphite. Yeah, we make items with either pets or human ash. I've even done bullfrogs, birds, horses, a llama. I forgot about the llama. Pigs. I've done ash from everything you could possibly think of almost. Sugar glider. The bullfrog had to be the most unique, though. Yeah, the bullfrog was by far the most unique ash I've ever worked with. And it wasn't just like a normal bullfrog. It was like an 11-pound African bullfrog. What's up, Cruising? How are you? I didn't see you pop in here. How are you doing? Yeah, someday we'll get to a ladybug for sure. Okay, we're looking fantastic, actually. Usually, like 2 tablespoons of ashes is the most I need. Any more than 2 tablespoons, and it's okay to send more, but I can't incorporate more than that into stuff. Y'all want to see it before the, you want to see a little preview of it? I'll bring out the light. It looks pretty awesome, actually. How do you put the ash inside? You just have to dip it into the bowl here with the hot glass, and it picks it up and adds it in. All right. I'm going to bring it as close as I can. And we're going to bring it out. Hopefully you can see those colors starting to bounce through. As it cools down, those colors are going to get more and more predominant. But now it looks like very organic, really cool looking combination of stuff. Yeah, that looks badass. I love this combo. I love it. So we got a punty up to this end. Then we got to add all the color to this side. You're all good, Cruising. We got you. I know this is a pretty combo. So I said I really like this version a lot. Like a lot of people like the traditional marble spiral. Like this is what I call a traditional marble spiral. So just kind of like 2 colors bouncing around. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I love the chaos of these things. I like the chaos. I like the organic look to it. What's up, Mel? How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are having a good evening so far. Okay, so we got this green pulled, and we're going to spread it around a little bit. Again, it's not in a particular pattern. It just has to be put on here and spread out. We're going to mix it all up with a separate rod afterwards. Okay, we're going to put that one down. Grab this. We're going to use the metallic-y looking liquid metal stuff. Separate it there, spread this around. Again, no particular pattern, just kind of putting the color down. We'll manipulate it later. There we are, that's enough. Then the amber purple. Again, this looks very transparent until we start really getting it in there. So we're going to bring it in and use the amber purple. This is a lovely color. I love this. Bring it out. One more little layer. All right, that should be enough. So right now I just have it kind of loosely laid down. So the next step is to take the lighter color cobalt, and we're going to spread it around this color, and then we'll take some clear and go on top of that as well. So we're going to kind of use this lighter cobalt just to kind of spread things around. And then after that, we'll use some clear. And it should be fantastic after that. Feels really funky wearing gloves. A little bit more. Okay, that's enough of the, no, I take it back. There's one blank spot here. Now we're good. What's up, Deb? How are you? All right, so now we got a lot of color just kind of spreading around. Last step is to give it that 3D effect with clear. So this is the last step. After this, we're going to finish forming the marble up. And it should look pretty outstanding afterwards. Just kind of twisting and turning. What's up, Wandering Brian? How are you? Yeah, just because it's hot. Yeah, I'm working all big old marbles today. So anytime you see the shield on my torch and the gloves, you know I'm working bigger stuff. Last little bit here. Then we're just going to form the marble. This will be the easy part. Yep, one little spot. All right, we're all good. So now we just shape it. Get it into a 4,000 degree molten ball of fire. Yeah, you can definitely, if you order a set of 3 snowmen, it is absolutely possible to get them in each one a different color, for sure. That's easy. That's an easy thing to fix. Yeah, we got the shield up. If I don't have the shield up, it'd melt my microphone. Right now I got the lab mic on right here, and if I didn't have it up there, it would definitely melt it. So we got to make sure to protect it. Looks like a dragon egg. I know, right? It'd be cool to be a dragon egg, though. How does it not melt your Ray-Ban Metas? Because I got the shield up and I'm pretty far away now. But the range of heat coming here versus here is totally different. It's a big difference between here and here. Most of what I'm getting up here is UV radiation, like sunburn. But I have lots of sunblock on today, so I'm okay. All right, we just got to form this up. It's pretty close. It's almost done. We're not too far off. We are not too far off. How heavy is it? I don't know. I would say, yeah, I'm not sure offhand. It always feels heavier because you got it on the end of a glass rod, so that like multiplies the weight factor. But I always tell people, if you want to know what this roughly feels like, get a little stick like this, tape a can of soup to it, and spin it around for an hour. And that's exactly about what it feels like. What's the price of these? They are on my website. We are making memorial marble right now. I'm almost at the tail end of this one. And we are looking fantastic. Yeah, this one I'll show you with the light source. It looks a lot better with a light on it. So the ash on this one is buried deep, deep, deep in the middle. Nothing surface. And there we go. So now you can definitely see the colors transversing through this thing. It's just really outstanding. I love this color pattern. Very organic. All right, we're going to punt you up to the other side and finish rounding this one off, and then this marble will be done. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Big Love. April, thank you. No, this isn't the space stuff. This is more of like, to me, it looks like an ocean tide pool a little bit. Thank you, KL, for saying that. All right, we just got to trim this off. And get rid of that. So we just have to smooth all this out, and this one will all be done. Ooh. That wasn't good. Almost thought I lost it there for a second. Which it won't hurt the marble. If it fell off, it would suck, but it wouldn't hurt the marble. It just sucks because you'd have to pick it back up. Jenny and the Jets, how are you? Thank you. I can already tell I'm going to have to reapply sunblock. All right, got a little spot here I need to get out. It's a little wobbly. It's got a wobble. And no more wobble. That is perfect. Double check it one last time. We are good. So now I just have to smooth out because it went through the mold. So now we just have to wait for it to cool. You can make a flat spot on it if you want. I grind it. I have a lapidary grinder for that. But now you can see the colors kind of bouncing through. Let's hold it this way because that's easier. There. Now you can see all those really cool colors swirling through. And once that amber purple fires up, it's going to be even better. This tool is made by Dragonfly Creation. This is like one of my favorite tools. You're already showing a bit of a sunburn? Yeah, a little bit. Happens. And then that comes, oh, damn it. There. It did not want to cooperate. Now we just got to wait for it to cool for a minute. Now you can kind of see those colors bouncing through. Yeah, it's pretty damn badass. Yeah, I like this color combo. I always think it looks beautiful. Then we just have to pop it in the kiln. My worn out salad. I gotta replace these. I'll do it after this live stream. Oh, I won't forget that piece in the mold. Okay. Let me park that in the back. Okay, I do need to take a short break, and then I will be back later tonight for sure. Wendy, we will get your zero done tonight if you are still up for it. But I do need to take a short break. Been a couple straight hours streaming those things. Yeah, we'll do it tonight. But I do need to take a little break for a little bit. So I will see you all in just a little while. Yeah, go get some dinner. Enjoy. I'll probably be back 7 p.m. my time, so an hour and a half from now.